Hey guys, hope everybody's having a blessed week this week. I hope you took Brother Jody's message really to heart on Sunday and got as much out of that as I did. That was an excellent message. So thank you, Brother Jody, for that. So my mind's been racing since during the service and since then on something to put together for you guys. So I hope this helps somebody today. We go back to Mark chapter 4, verses 37 through 39, where it says, "And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him, and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm." So I see Peter, like Brother Joey said, being the one going down there asking that, kind of loudmouth, questioning things all the time. So I see him here as being the one to go down and ask Jesus to wake him up and say, "Don't you care? Haven't we all been there? Don't you care, God? I've done this, I've done that. I've trusted in you. Don't you care that I'm about to perish?" But if you look at Matthew 11:28 through 30, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Jesus is the only way to give us rest. There's nothing in this life, in this world, that can come remotely close to the peace and rest that Jesus provides us. Earthly things or remedies only fix a problem temporarily. To know that you have a place in heaven to spend eternity is the absolute greatest rest I can think of. Nothing that this life offers us, nothing that this life can throw at us, can compare to the peace and the rest that Jesus provides us. I've been there. I've tried the things of this world. But here I am now, more at ease and having better rest mentally than I did in my past. And I would say that many of you are similar. But for those of you that haven't fully put your trust into Jesus, I encourage you to do so. There's nothing out there that can compare to him. So when you talking about rest here, Jesus rested in the ship because he knew God's in control, and he was taking care of him. He was going to take care of him and his disciples. You see the disciples doubting that, not really doubting him, but the circumstances. The storm came, and would they revert back to fear? They didn't trust fully in him yet, I don't believe. And I get where they're coming from. We've all been there. It happens. Life happens. It's gonna suck sometimes, but we got to trust in the one who has provided the way, and who really cares and loves us more than anybody on this earth could come close. So if you look at the rest that Jesus had here, and flip over to Acts chapter 11 and verse 5, Herod was on a rampage here. You see him starting to persecute the disciples and the Christians. Stephen had already been stoned, and we see in the same chapter that James, the brother of John, was killed with the sword. And we see that Herod saw that this pleased the people, that it pleased them that he was persecuting these disciples for Jesus' name. So if you skip down to verse 5, Peter had been arrested, and verse 5 says, "Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly, and his chains fell off from his hands." So we see here that Peter finally got it. Peter finally understood. He was sleeping. He was in prison, chained, guards all around him. But he was sleeping. He he finally realized it was out of his hands. You see a totally different Peter here than when he was walking with Christ. He finally realized it. Nothing in our mortal lives can alter what God has in store for us if we just trust in him. Peter rested because he knew God would provide, and if this was the end, so be it. He was going to a far better place. The troubles of this life would soon be over, and glory awaited him. So remember that this week. Those 3 words, peace, be still. Nothing in this life is going to compare to the glory that awaits us. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But remember the true peace that Christ provides each and every one of us. Hope you have a great week. Praying for you guys. I love you. If you need anything, let me know.